I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city light. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far.
Friends, and happy Friday. It is 7:30. I just got to the gym. I slept a little later than normal this morning, but I'm here now and I'm gonna get me a good workout in. I have a lot of stuff I need to get done today. I have sweet potatoes that still need canned. I just have not gotten to it. There has been so much on my plate this week that sweet potatoes are still sitting there in the box. We need to get school in today because yesterday was co-op and we don't have time for co-op on, school on co-op days because we have speech therapy first thing in the morning. We go home, we get ready, and we go straight to co-op. And so we're at co-op all afternoon, and then we get home and it's time for dinner. And so Thursdays that we have co-op, there is no school. Although we can't co-op the school. Which, I mean, CJ and Mika did a mock trial, and they acted out a mock trial of Little Red Riding Hood and the Big Bad Wolf, and Mika was actually Little Red Riding Hood. CJ was the wolf, and he pretended to have a Russian accent because he said he felt like the wolf was probably Russian. Who knows with him. His friend was his lawyer, and then they had a jury and everything, and they acted out this trial, and they were defended by he was defended by the lawyer, and he ended up managing to be not guilty. It was, kind of neat. I wish, when they were telling me about it, I was wishing I could have been there and seen it. I don't know if there's any pictures of it or not, if anybody got any. I hope they did. But yeah, so they did the mock trial. Penny's group did sewing. There's a pregnancy center over in Shawnee, and so Penny's group that she's in, they're sewing bags for the pregnancy center to put diapers and wipes and clothes and things in for the mothers. So she was doing that. I was helping in Bubba's class, and they are doing like world geography and stuff. And so they learned about landmarks in Europe and Asia. And then they also made like these caves using sugar cubes and not Play-Doh, but like cloud dough or something. And they made them inside of a cup, and then they used toothpicks and poked some holes in it, and they just trickled water over it to see how water erodes down into caves. And so they did that. Maddie's group learned about Aunt Anzie the spider, and they did a whole story that they acted out with puppets, and she was a zebra, and she had a lot of fun. And when we got home, she played with her zebra clear up until bedtime. But yeah, so we count co-op as school because they are definitely still learning and having fun there. But as far as things at home, like we don't do we switched from doing our Good and the Beautiful on Thursdays to doing our fun schooling foreign language. So that's what we do on Thursdays. We don't have co-op because we still have speech, and that takes up half of our day. So we didn't do our foreign language yesterday. On co-op days, we don't do our foreign language. Today, instead of jumping into the Good and the Beautiful, we are actually going to start on a unit about Israel because of everything that's going on right now. And Fun Schooling Thinking Tree Books, they have an Israel book. And so for a limited time, it's free, I think, until the end of October. I think, something like that. It's free. So I went ahead and printed a PDF of it for each of the older kids. And they are going to work on that starting today. But I think we may still do our foreign language if we have time. We're going to kind of play that part by ear because they are really enjoying the foreign language, and we didn't do it yesterday, so we may try to get that in as well. But we are going to be working on learning about Israel, their geography. We're going to learn about their history. We're going to be learning about their clothing, their food. We're going to be making some recipes. We're going to be doing all kinds of stuff about Israel right now. And so I I think that's kind of something that's important at this time that we work on. So we're going to be working on that for, I don't know, a week or so, maybe 2. I think it's like 60 pages. So we'll see. We'll see how long it takes us. But we're gonna take a break from the Good and the Beautiful, and we're gonna work on that because I feel like that's an important thing for them to learn right now. Sorry, I have a case of the ums this morning, even though I'm pretty awake. Usually when I'm tired, I say a lot. I almost said it again. Anyways, so we're gonna work on that today. I have to get those sweet potatoes canned though, so what I will probably do is alternate. If they don't need me, I'll start peeling potatoes into the sink. If they need me, I'll be there with them, working with them, and we'll just I'll bounce back and forth because I need to get at least a couple batches of sweet potatoes done. I've got like 45 pounds of sweet potatoes sitting there. I did put a bunch in my fridge, in the bottom basket of my fridge, because that way I would separate some, because like with the tomatoes, I just threw them all but like 2 in the freezer, and then I ended up taking those back out to make salsa once I went to the store and got peppers and onions and things. But with the sweet potatoes, like same with the apples, if I get to where I'm like really going at it and canning them, I'll can them all, and then I'll be like, crap, we don't have any fresh sweet potatoes. So I put a bunch in the bottom basket of the fridge so that I wouldn't can those, but I still have all the rest sitting in a box that really need to be dealt with. So I'm going to work on those. I'm going to work on school with kids. We're going to learn about Israel today. We're going to watch some videos about Israel as well, like on YouTube. I'm going to pull some up for the kids. But that's about it today. It's going to be a Friday. We're going to do fajitas for dinner tonight. When I was at Walmart, they had some thin sliced sirloin steaks on markdown. So what I'm going to do is get out my big electric slicer I have that's like a big stainless steel slicer, and I'm going to use that and slice the meat while it's still frozen into strips, and then get that marinating. And I'm going to do the same with, I think I have a pack with 2 or 3 chicken breasts in it, and I'm going to go ahead and slice up some of those same way while frozen, because then I can get real nice thin even strips and get those marinating. And then later, all I have to do is cut up bell peppers, onions, and mushrooms. James will not eat bell peppers and onions in his fajitas. He only does mushrooms. And because of that, some of the kids like mushrooms in their fajitas. But some of us just like bell peppers and onions. So, all of this to say, I'm going to prep some fajitas this morning sometime as well, so they have time to get kind of marinated before we cook them. And I'm excited about dinner tonight. And the kids and James will have theirs on regular tortillas. I will have mine on my low-carb tortillas. Maddie will have street taco-sized fajitas because she'll eat 4 or 5 of them, so it equals like 2.5 regular tacos. But it's easier for her to use the street tacos. But that'll be dinner tonight, fajitas. I think I will do some rice in the Instant Pot and some refried beans as well. And then after dinner, whatever doesn't get eaten of the fajitas, I'm going to make into fajita burritos for our freezer. That is one of the things that I make for the freezer that the kids love. I just take all of our leftover fajita meat, bell peppers, onions, mushrooms, refried beans, rice, and I just mix it all up in a bowl. And then usually throw in a couple handfuls of shredded cheese as well. Just stir it all up, and then I just start spooning it into tortillas, rolling up burritos, and I put them right into one of the tortilla bags and put it in the freezer. And then when my kids are hungry, if they've already had breakfast and lunch and it's like mid-afternoon and they've a few hours before dinner, if they say I'm hungry, usually if they've already ate a bunch of fruit, I'll say, why don't you get a burrito? And they'll get one out of the freezer, they'll nuke it for like 30 seconds and then flip it and then do it for a minute, and it's usually perfect based on the size of the burritos I make. And they'll eat one of those, and they're usually held over and happy until dinner. And my older 2 kids are obsessed with burritos. Obsessed. Yeah, anyways, I'm gonna get inside. I have a lot of energy this morning. I think it's because I've kept my CPAP mask on all week long. I have a bad habit of taking it off in my sleep. It just has 2 little snaps behind my ears, so I guess it's just really easy for me to take it off while I sleep, and I don't know I'm doing it unless James knows I don't have it on and he wakes me up. But yeah, like all week I've kept it on. I've woke up in the morning and it's still on. So that's good because it's a bad habit, and the people at the place where I got it were just like, some people do that. There's not much we can tell you to do about it. So I don't know what to do about it, but I usually just, if I get up, like to use the bathroom and it's off, I just put it back on and I go back to bed. So anyways, I'm gonna get inside. Friends, it is now 9 a.m. I got a good workout in, and now I'm gonna head home and make breakfast, get school going, get sweet potatoes canned, do all the Friday things I need to do. Last night I got all the laundry folded and put up, so I don't have any laundry I have to get done today. So that'll save me some time. And we are going to do some fun schooling today. So I'm excited because the kids always get so excited about fun schooling. And I think with what's going on right now in Israel, that it's important for us to do this. We are going to start out while I make breakfast with me turning on some of the live news of what's going on there, because we've talked about it, but my kids haven't actually seen any of the news except for CJ. And so I think they need to see it firsthand. So we're going to turn that on, watch some of that, work on breakfast, and then go into the fun schooling books. Anyways, I'm going to head home. I worked my rear end off. I'm super excited because when I started in August, I couldn't do more than 30 seconds on the elliptical before I was like, that's it, I'm done. I can't do it. And today I did 10 minutes on the elliptical, and I could have done longer, but I wanted to get on the treadmill and use some other machines. But I did 10 minutes, and that's huge. And my legs were just starting to kind of ache. But I did the ab machine. I did the one for your upper arms. I lifted some weights. I did the treadmill for 2 miles. I did the leg press at like 200 pounds. Yeah, so I feel pretty good about my workout, but I'm gonna head home and, like I said, get the day going and try to get some stuff accomplished. Into the hometown grocery and grab some blueberry pancake mix and some real maple syrup so that I can go home and make that for breakfast. Penny has been asking me when we can have blueberry pancakes, so I thought, why not? So I got blueberry pancake mix, real maple syrup, and some smoked sausages. I'm going to slice up and fry those, and that'll be our quick breakfast this morning before we get our school and everything going. Now that I'm home, I went ahead and started on breakfast. I've got blueberry pancakes cooking, and then I also browned up some smoked sausage, and we're having that on the side.
Hey, darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city light.
Everybody is done with their household chores and taking care of animals, so while they watch some live news on Israel, I'm making up this Dolly Parton Southern style banana cake. I'm going to get this going in the oven. When it's done, I'm going to frost it with this buttercream frosting. And then for lunch, I went ahead and made these little French bread pizzas with Bubba's help. Some of them just have cheese, some have turkey, pepperoni, and then we added some pizza sauce, mozzarella cheese, and some Italian seasoning. And we baked these while the cake was cooking so that the oven was being double used. I also went ahead and used my electric slicer to slice up my chicken breast and my steaks and got those both going in bowls with some fajita seasoning and some extra paprika and cumin and a little bit of olive oil, and those are going to marinate until dinner time. I attribute all my success in my life, to the moral, intellectual, and physical education I received from her. George Washington. Is that ice?
You know we're gonna have a really good time. Driving in the middle of the night when the stars are bright.
Hold on, I'm trying to get the focus. There it goes.
Bags and get in that car. Leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open.
That many of the laws and rules that businesses have to follow are used to help big companies hurt their competition. These are called protectionism laws.
life, I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand.
In New York, she gave her land to her church to build a poorhouse. Harriet worked for the women's right to vote. 2. In 1913, Harriet died. She had risked her life dozens of times, but she lived to be 93.
Leave this city, let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday, baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand. Yeah, we only get one life. I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand. Hey, darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey, darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city, let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday, baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand.
For school today, we did our Israel study, and then we also did our memorization verses. We did a Harriet Tubman book as well as a 50 States book, and we did some art for Kids Hub, and now I'm working on dinner. I went ahead and frosted the cake. I put some white rice in my Instant Pot with some water and some chicken tomato bouillon and a little onion powder. I'm going to let that cook, and then I'm going to get the rest of our dinner going.
Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city, let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday, baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand. Let's get out, we can leave this city, let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday, baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand. Yeah, we only get one life. I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand. Hey, darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey, darling, we could get out of town.
For our fajitas, I cooked the chicken about halfway through, and then I added the steak and finished cooking both. I cooked up some bell peppers and onions. I also cooked up some mushrooms and some pinto beans for refried beans, and this is dinner tonight.
Little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out.
I just got kids washed up and ready for bed. I'm going to end this video here. I hope you enjoyed coming along with us today. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment below so we can chat. And I'll see you guys next time with another new video. Bye.